joined by Shane van Gisbergen. If you have a question for Shane, please raise your hand. We'll get a mic to you, and we'll start here in the middle with Adam.
I'm Chopper, Motorsports Today. Shane, so 2 years ago, obviously you bursted onto the scene with the Chicago win. And a few weeks later at Pocono here, I talked to many drivers, and a lot of them had the sentiment of, yeah, it's cool that you won at a road course, but try the ovals. And now 2 years later, you're fully invested in NASCAR in a full-time capacity. You have another historic win, ironically, on a road course, but now here we are, even though your success on ovals has still been limited and you're still learning, what do you say to all the drivers that were like, just do it? How do you respond, I guess?
I don't know where to start with that one, but yeah, firstly, good morning, everyone. Yeah, it's been an amazing 2 years, that's for sure, and great to tick off another win at a historical event for the sport again, I guess. Pretty cool to win another race like that, and been an amazing week, amazing for the team, and you know, celebrating our achievement, like it's a pretty cool thing to do. But yeah, I feel like we really are getting better every week on the ovals. It was nice to have a break last week and turn right, which was good, but ready to keep trying to progress. And this track will be a tough one. I struggled here actually last year, but also our cars weren't that good either. I was racing my teammates near the back, so it was a tough one. But yeah, just looking forward to keep improving every week, keep learning something. And yeah, it's not long now until we go to tracks for the second time, and looking forward to getting better at them.
Awesome start. Sorry for starting off a little strong, but best of luck this weekend.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go next to Dustin Albino.
Dustin Albino, J-Ski. Shane, with the win, like, how does the mindset shift for the rest of the regular season?
Good question. I don't think it really hasn't. It has. You know, it was always our goal to win. There's probably less pressure on road courses now, and we can play with our strategy if we want to try and get playoff points now and stuff like that. But yeah, probably less pressure. We can enjoy the road courses a bit more. But yeah, the ovals, we just need to keep doing what we've been doing and keep our head down, keep improving every week, and yeah, try and keep getting good results. Like, we've been frustrated with top 20s the last couple of weeks, which is, you know, it's a huge improvement for us for how we started, you know. So our potential is getting a lot better, and you know, hopefully we keep getting close to that back end of the top 10. That would be good.
All right, we'll go to Dustin Long and then Tim.
Dustin Long, NBC Sports. You got the opportunity last weekend with celebrating your victory with the first loser and second loser, I guess is what some people would call it. What was it like to share a podium, since that's not traditionally done here? Yep. And I know you've done it both ways. Would you prefer having the focus more on the winner as opposed to sharing it with second and third?
Yeah, I guess that's the way that I've grown up doing it and the way the rest of the world does it. But I love the focus on win or nothing here as well. You know, there's so much spectacle just behind the winner, and you get all that spotlight. But it's damn hard to get second and third in these races too. So I think it's good to celebrate that as well. But yeah, I can see both sides of it. But I do love the way, you know, the winner's circle or victory lane is here. It's a really cool privilege to be in that, I think. So yeah, I'm on the fence really. I don't know what's better, but I like both ways. I like champagne too. That's always fun. Yeah. Yeah.
What I know that you've talked about just learning and the progression that you've had to make, and I'm sure it's as much week by week, but to be in this stretch where there are so many road courses and there are so many really, really good opportunities for you, what does it mean to be at this stretch, and was it something that you were looking forward to, or was it something that was hard to look ahead because there was so much work to be done on everything else?
Yeah, I knew it was going to be a real grind from April sort of to now. So, but yeah, we really struggled at that start. But as I keep saying, I think we've gotten a lot better, and we're really in the mix now. We're qualifying in the mix, and yeah, it's been fun battling with these guys and been fun seeing the improvements every week. And you know, the metric here, once you're stuck in that tail end, it's hard to get out. You know, you go out first in qualifying and you're stuck at the back. So once you break that routine, it really sort of, you get some momentum going, and it's cool to see the metric come out every week and know you're going to be in a good qualifying spot. And yeah, it's been a huge uplift, and the meetings are, been a lot of fun. You really feel everyone's sort of, you know, a lot more confidence, which is really cool.
We'll go to Tim and then Ryan.
Fama Motor Racing Network. Shane, I want to ask you 2 questions. I want to ask you first about the Chicago street race. That's obviously it's a special place for you. You got your first win there a couple of years ago. I want to go a little bit deeper into that and ask you, what is it like as an event overall, racing in the middle of a downtown city as a street course? What's your thoughts on that as a concept as a whole in NASCAR, and what excites you about going back in a couple of weeks?
Yeah, I think it's really good. I think NASCAR people maybe should go to Gold Coast as well, and get some ideas about that event. Like Gold Coast street race in Australia, it's not as good as it was, but that atmosphere and party style is really, really cool. And it's sort of a similar, the track's by the water, it's got all the buildings, and it could still be better, from an atmosphere race party kind of view. And then, we're right here, they may be racing next year as a similar layout too. Maybe they could learn from that. But I think for their first crack at it, it's been really good. A little unlucky with the weather both years, but yeah, I've really enjoyed that race. I think for a street race, it's got a lot of passing zones, which is very rare for a street circuit. And, the races provided the last couple of years, it's been an exciting race and seems like a race most people look forward to watching.
Second question I have for you is about this in-season tournament that's going to start very shortly. I wanted to get your thoughts on it as a whole. Is it something that is an afterthought in your mind, or are you genuinely excited about this starting?
I'm not in it, so I learned nothing about it.
Thank you.
Vlog Racing. First and foremost, congratulations on your historic win in Mexico City last weekend. Road courses are undoubtedly a driving strength of yours, but Pocono isn't your typical oval. It's the tricky triangle for a reason. Do you feel your road racing skills can translate here, and what are the biggest challenges for you here?
It's just time, I've figured this year, like all the tracks I've done in Xfinity and everything I've learned, I've had to throw in the bin basically. Like the cars are so much different, the way you attack the track. So yeah, I'm starting from scratch almost at all these new places, and this is tough, with the gear changing, and I'm not really that good yet at changing down gears with my left foot, which I'll do here today. So I need to keep improving with that, and yeah, this track's going to be very, very difficult for me. But yeah, hopefully by the time the race starts, we're progressing forward again.
Thank you very much, and best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Samuel Stubbs, yardbarker.com. Shane, that win obviously last week locks you into the postseason. Have you given any thought at all? Have you looked at the first round of the playoffs and looked at that schedule to try to sit down with Steven and your team and figure out maybe, what's our game plan for that first round?
Yeah, I had a look what tracks it was, and pretty daunting. Yeah, yeah, Bristol's a tough track. Gateway, I've never been there, but it's 2 left-handers by the looks. And then what's the other track? Darlington, which I'm okay at, but yeah, certainly it's going to be really, really tough first round. But by then, hopefully, we got 10 weeks to keep getting better and building up. So yeah, looking forward to getting there and having a crack, trying to get through.
You mentioned 10 weeks left. 2 of those races are road courses, going to Chicago and then going to Sonoma the very next week. There probably would have been an emphasis on those for you anyway, even in a must-win situation for the playoffs. But now that you're locked in, those are excellent chances for you to build playoff points. Is that going to be something you're looking at, maybe going for the win as opposed to a stage win, or a stage win as opposed, to like a 15th place finish? Does that change your strategy at all, your postseason outlook?
Yeah, it may do. That's what happened last year in the Xfinity. We started sacrificing a little bit of track position to try and accumulate points because they're pretty important in that first round. So, yeah, it may change it, but also winning races is pretty cool too. So we'll probably just try and keep putting ourselves in the best position to win those ones.
All right, we'll come up front here to Dalton.
Hey, Shane. Dalton Hopkins at front stretch. So Cam Waters is going to get another shot in the Truck Series. Have you talked to him since about the opportunity, and how cool is it seeing some more of your fellow supercars drivers get more shots in NASCAR?
Yeah, I haven't spoke to him about the truck race, but he was trying to do Chicago in the Cup Series, so unfortunately that didn't work out. But yeah, probably the favorite to win next week now. So it'd be really cool to see how he goes and how that race is. I guess it's a new track, but yeah, I wish he was doing the Chicago race too. Would have been cool to have him in there. I think he's one of the best talents in V8. So yeah, hopefully he can get over here.
Okay, let's go to the left side over here.
Shane, you talked about last week, how Max Verstappen helped you in Mexico. Have you been receiving any kind of similar advice for the ovals from maybe your friends or teammates?
Yeah, I speak to Kevin Harvick quite a bit, and also Marcus, but not as much Marcus anymore. But yeah, Kevin's a great help whenever I need something, and yeah, he's been awesome with this transition the last couple of years, and anything I need to know, Kevin is it's a wealth of knowledge. Always a top driver, and yeah, just so open with everything. So he's been really good.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take one final question here in the middle.
Tim Moore Motorsports Today. Shane, I want to look back at Mexico. You guys stayed out at the end of stage 2 and opted to go for that strategy. Obviously, track positions becoming a big part, but typically everybody tends to undercut. But now that you guys were able to get that win, I am wondering, do you think that we're going to start seeing more teams maybe staying out at the end of stage 2, trying to get the stage points and still keeping the track position?
Yeah, it's something that we talk about often as well, that kind of strategy, one less pit stop. But I think at that stage the weather was quite threatening, so we were trying to get to the window for that rather than extending the stage. But yeah, it kind of was a surprise on me. I burnt my stuff up trying to get to Ty and get past him, and when I was told we were staying out, I was a bit worried at the time because I didn't have much tyre left, but thankfully they refired okay. But it would have been really interesting to see if that race went green where Ty would have come out and if he could have caught us, you know. So it would have been fun to see, but unfortunately didn't get to find out.
And looking at your short time here, at least in the Cup Series, just at least from the road course perspective, how much has the game changed in terms of maybe strategy or your approach going into each race from when you started in Xfinity to now in the Cup Series?
Well, I think when I first started, there was no stage breaks, so that's kind of changed. I think in 23 there wasn't stages, which was actually better, I thought, but yeah, it kind of locks you in on your strategy and everyone kind of just does the same thing now. So yeah, I prefer no stage breaks in the road courses, but it is what it is. But yeah, the racing is the same. I feel like it's definitely tougher on the tracks that you go to, you know, like the Watkins and Sonoma and stuff, where everyone's been going to them for years. You know, I'm at a bit of a catch up there, but obviously on the fresh tracks when everyone's green to it, that's where I have a little bit, I can do a bit better. So yeah, but with more experience, I'm going to get better and better at these road courses.
Shane, thanks for coming in and good luck here this weekend.
Cool. Thanks, everyone.